Pokemon Fire Red version is well renowned as one of the most difficult games of all time, and for good reason. This game has several difficult puzzles, as well as a tricky to navigate battle system that can leave you scratching your head. Luckily, I've beaten the game successfully, and have plenty of tips to make the game a little bit easier for you. Our first hidden piece of knowledge occurs in the introduction of the game, and you may be wondering to yourself, what is this creature called? Well, his name is actually Professor Oak, and he's your grandfather. He'll provide you with your first Pokemon, Bulbasaur, and throughout the game, he'll give you sagely advice to help you on your journey. You get to select between two different characters in the game, a boy or a girl. Believe it or not, there's a clear winner here. The boy character has a secret debuff that makes you feel really sad when you play as him, and you don't know why, so you should definitely pick the girl character. Tip number 3 is a very sneaky one. Now believe it or not, the game currently displayed on screen is not Pokemon Fire Red version, but is in fact Pokemon Ruby. Don't be fooled by the red color, these games could not be more different. Luckily, I only spent about 10 minutes playing Pokemon Ruby before I realized my mistake. When you encounter a wild beast, such as a scary rat or a horrible bird, you may experience the instinct to run away, and usually that's the best option. However, in some situations, there's another option you might want to try. You can open your bag, then look at your possessions to see what kind of treasures you've collected on your journey, and then run away afterwards. To the left of the hub city, there appears to be a path off to some kind of treasure in the left direction. Don't be fooled by this, as it's a dastardly trick. Luckily, your good brother is there to stop you from going off on a wild goose chase, and he engages in a scripted, unwinnable boss fight to let you know that you shouldn't be going that way. Viridian City may seem peaceful, but there's a sinister secret bubbling beneath its calm exterior. You see, this town is plagued by the evil organization Team Rocket, who you have to defeat in order to win the game. The leader of this group of evildoers can actually be found hiding in plain sight within the city. That's right, I'm fairly certain that the Pokemon employee is actually the villainous boss of Team Rocket, James, in disguise. The game's objective isn't very well communicated to the player, but luckily I was able to figure it out. Team Rocket has managed to acquire a stranglehold on the Viridian City economy. In order to preserve the status quo, you have to buy all the products that James has in stock, preventing him from selling them to any of his Team Rocket friends. Luckily, you can see the total number of items you have to buy from him, being 200 Pokemon Balls, 300 potions, 100 antidotes, and 200 Parlors heals. Now believe it or not, the scary rat I mentioned earlier is essential to beating the game. I know what you're thinking, how can such a scary beast actually be helpful and nice? But believe it or not, he can be. He has a special skill called Picking Things Up that lets him find all sorts of hidden items, which you can sell to James in order to get money, which you need in order to buy everything that James has in stock. You may be wondering, how do I convince this frightening rat to help me in my quest? He doesn't want to, and when I try to talk to him, he scratches my little Bulbasaur friend. I don't think he's very nice. Well, believe it or not, the Pokemon balls that James sells are just what you need. You can throw a ball at the mean, nasty rat to transform him into a Pokemon, a nice friend who will help you by finding items on the ground. Be careful though, as if the Pokemon ball doesn't like him, he might scratch your Bulbasaur up. Tip number 10 is just remember to have fun. If you don't want to have to wrangle with a terrifying rat, I'm sure there's other options for getting money to win the game. I've been told that in the forest north of town, there's a group of kind gentlemen who will give your character money. And oh gosh, no, they have bugs. Oh my god, I've got to get out of here. Unfortunately, there's no way to beat Pokemon Fire Red version without having to capture several scary rats. And if you don't want to do that, I'm afraid this game just isn't for you.